Welcome to our comprehensive guide on Bitcoin. In this video, we'll cover everything you need to know about the world's first and most popular cryptocurrency. Whether you're a complete beginner or just need a refresher, we've got you covered. We'll break down complex concepts into easy-to-understand explanations so you can walk away feeling confident about your Bitcoin knowledge. From its mysterious origins and underlying technology to its potential impact on the future of finance, we'll dive deep into the world of Bitcoin. So, buckle up and let's get started. All right, let's start with the basics. What exactly Bitcoin? That you might have heard it called digital gold, magic internet money, or maybe even the future of finance. And honestly, it might be all of those things. At its core, Bitcoin is a digital currency, meaning it exists only in the digital world. No physical coins, no bills to stuff in your wallet. But here's where it gets really interesting. Bitcoin operates completely independently of any central bank or government. That's right, no Federal Reserve, no Bank of England, nada. Instead, it relies on a decentralized network of computers all around the world to verify and record transactions. This network is what we call a blockchain, and we'll dive deeper into that in just a bit. This decentralized nature is a big deal because it means Bitcoin is resistant to censorship and control from any single entity. No one can just decide to shut it down or print more Bitcoin out of thin air. Created back in 2009 by the mysterious Satoshi Nakamoto, still no one knows who that is for sure. Bitcoin was the first of its kind, paving the way for the thousands of cryptocurrencies that exist today. Now, let's get a little more technical and talk about the magic behind Bitcoin blockchain technology. Imagine a digital ledger that's publicly accessible and distributed across countless computers worldwide. That's the blockchain in a nutshell. Every time someone sends or receives Bitcoin, that transaction is recorded in a block on this ledger. But here's the catch. For a block to be added to the blockchain, it needs to be verified. That's where miners come in. These are individuals or groups with powerful computers who compete to solve complex mathematical problems. The first miner to solve the problem gets to add their block of transactions to the blockchain. This process is called proof of work, and it's what keeps the Bitcoin network secure and trustworthy. Think of it like a giant decentralized Sudoku puzzle that everyone's trying to solve. And because the blockchain is public, anyone can view the entire transaction history of Bitcoin, making it incredibly transparent. So we've talked about miners and the blockchain, but where do new Bitcoins actually come from? They don't just magically appear, right? Remember how miners compete to solve those complex math problems? Well, when a miner successfully adds a new block to the blockchain, they're rewarded with brand new Bitcoin. This is called the block reward. Think of it like a prize for contributing to the security and stability of the network. But here's the thing, this reward isn't fixed. It actually gets cut in half roughly every 4 years in an event called the halving. When Bitcoin first launched back in 2009, the block reward was a whopping 50 Bitcoin. Yeah, you heard that right. But over time, it's been cut in half and half again. Today, the reward is 6.25 Bitcoin per block. This halving mechanism is built into Bitcoin's code, and it's designed to control inflation. You see, unlike traditional currencies where governments can print more money whenever they want, Bitcoin has a limited supply. In fact, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin in existence. Chapter 4, How to Buy and Store Bitcoin. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this Bitcoin thing sounds pretty cool. How do I get some? Well, the good news is buying Bitcoin is easier than ever. You've got a bunch of options, but the most popular way is through cryptocurrency exchanges. These are online platforms where you can buy, sell, and trade Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Some of the biggest names out there are Binance, Coinbase, Kraken. You've probably seen their ads everywhere. They all have their pros and cons, so it's worth doing your research to find the one that's right for you. Once you've got some Bitcoin, you need a safe place to store it, right? This is where cryptocurrency wallets come in. Think of them like digital wallets specifically designed to hold your Bitcoin. You've got two main types, hot wallets and cold wallets. Hot wallets are like your everyday wallets. They're connected to the internet, making them convenient for transactions, but also a bit more vulnerable to hacking. Cold wallets, on the other hand, are like your super secure vault. They're offline, making them much harder to hack, but not as convenient for quick transactions. Popular hot wallets include MetaMask, Trust Wallet, and Exodus. If you're looking for a cold wallet, Ledger and Trezor are solid options. Chapter 5. What are the advantages of Bitcoin? By now you're probably starting to see why Bitcoin has gotten so much attention. It's not just some fad, it's a fundamentally different way of thinking about money. One of the biggest advantages of Bitcoin is its decentralization. We've talked about this before, but it's worth repeating. No single entity controls Bitcoin. Not governments, not banks, nobody. This makes it resistant to censorship, manipulation, and even things like hyperinflation. Remember that limited supply of 21 million Bitcoin? That's another huge advantage. Unlike traditional currencies, where governments can print more money whenever they feel like it, devaluing your savings in the process, Bitcoin's scarcity is baked into its code. And let's not forget about security. The blockchain technology that underpins Bitcoin is incredibly secure, with cryptographic encryption protecting every single transaction. Plus, Bitcoin is global. You can send and receive it anywhere in the world with an internet connection, making it a truly borderless currency. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows in the world of Bitcoin. Like any new technology, it has its fair share of disadvantages. One of the biggest criticisms of Bitcoin is its transaction fees. Remember those miners who are busy verifying transactions? Well, they need to get paid somehow, right? That's where transaction fees come in. When the Bitcoin network is congested, these fees can skyrocket, making it expensive to send even small amounts of Bitcoin. And speaking of transactions, they're not exactly known for their speed either. On average, it takes about 10 minutes for a Bitcoin transaction to be confirmed. That's way slower than your credit card or even most online payment systems. And let's not forget about the elephant in the room. Volatility. The price of Bitcoin can swing wildly up and down, making it a risky investment for the faint of heart. Finally, there's the environmental impact. Remember those miners with their powerful computers? Well, all that computing power requires a lot of energy, which has raised concerns about Bitcoin's carbon footprint. So, we've talked about Bitcoin's price swings, but what actually drives those fluctuations? Why does the price of Bitcoin go up and down like a roller coaster? Well, just like any other asset, the price of Bitcoin is ultimately determined by supply and demand. When more people want to buy Bitcoin than sell it, the price goes up. And when more people want to sell than buy, the price goes down. Simple enough, right? But here's where it gets a little more complicated. A whole bunch of factors can influence supply and demand, making it difficult to predict where the price of Bitcoin is headed. Market news and regulations play a huge role. Positive news, like a major company adopting Bitcoin, can send the price soaring. On the other hand, negative news, like a government crackdown on cryptocurrencies, can cause the price to plummet. Institutional investments are another major driver. When big players like Tesla or Grayscale invest millions or even billions in Bitcoin, it can have a massive impact on the market. And let's not forget about macroeconomic factors like inflation, interest rates, and even global pandemics. These can all affect investor sentiment and influence the price of Bitcoin. So we've covered a lot of ground, but the million-dollar question remains, what's next for Bitcoin? What does the future hold for this revolutionary technology? Well, if you ask 10 different people, you'll probably get 10 different answers. But one thing's for sure. Bitcoin has already disrupted the financial world in ways that few could have imagined just a few years ago. Some experts believe that Bitcoin could become a mainstream asset, a sort of digital gold that people use as a store of value and a hedge against inflation. Others see it as a payment system of the future, enabling faster, cheaper, and more secure transactions worldwide. There's also a lot of excitement around the development of the Lightning Network, a second-layer technology that could potentially solve Bitcoin's scalability issues and make it even faster and cheaper to use. Of course, there are also challenges ahead. Regulations are still evolving, and it remains to be seen how governments around the world will choose to embrace or resist this new form of money. But one thing's for sure, Bitcoin is here to stay. Whether it reaches its full potential as a global currency or not, it has already sparked a revolution in how we think about and interact with money. If you're considering investing in Bitcoin, remember to do your research, understand the risks, and only invest what you can afford to lose. That's it for our deep dive into the world of Bitcoin. Hopefully you found this video helpful and you're feeling a lot more knowledgeable about the world's first and most popular cryptocurrency. It's a fascinating and rapidly evolving space, and we're just scratching the surface here. If you're hungry for more content on Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, or really anything tech-related, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. And as always, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on cryptocurrency and technology.